Hi, welcome back to my weekly rants where we talk about what's hot, what's not, and everything in between. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking my videos, sharing them, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified so you'll know when I upload another video. So you guys, I get asked this question quite a bit. So I decided what a perfect opportunity to come and talk to you guys about it. My two boys, Aiden and TJ, their ages 11 and 3. They're both assigned to a modeling agency, a talent agency, so to speak, called Models Inc. Okay. And quite often I get asked, how do I get into modeling, or acting? How do I get my children involved? What do you do? Blase, blase. So I find myself sharing this information here, there, and everywhere. So I decided, let me put it in one place so I can redirect everyone here to my YouTube channel. That's what my weekly rants is here for. So let's see. I started TJ in the modeling industry when he was 5 months old. And he is my youngest child, and he was my only child that I got to stay home with for quite some time. So because I was at home, I was a stay-at-home mom essentially for a little bit over a year, and I still work from home now. Thankfully, he's almost 4, but I'm back to work full time, but I still get to work from home. Anyways, I digress. So for the first little over a year of his life, I was a stay-at-home mom. So if anybody knows me knows my mind is always racing, always running. Of course, being a stay-at-home mom kept me busy, but I was still looking for other things to do. So I said, hey, this is a perfect opportunity for me to take the time to submit him to some agencies and see what happens. So that's what I did. And fairly quickly, Models Inc. contacted me and said, yeah, we want to offer him a contract. And that was 4 years ago. Now, my son Aiden, he is 11, and if anybody knows Aiden, he is the life of the party. Okay, so I've always known Aiden has this huge personality. So when I got TJ into modeling, I said I got to get Aiden into this as well because this fits his personality perfectly. Model agencies, casting directors, they love to see kids with big, bright personalities. Okay, that sells. I would say the number one thing, if anybody's looking to get their children into the modeling acting industry, if your child has a big, bright personality, you're going to win. Thumbs up. That is a key that this is the right industry for them. If it's something that they want to do, I highly encourage you before you submit your child to anything in this industry that you want to make sure that this is something that they want to do. Obviously TJ at 5 months, he had no say, whether it's something he wants to do or not. But at age 4, he's starting to be more vocal about it and he enjoys it. So as long as my kids enjoy it, I'm going to roll with it. Aiden expressed the interest. So I said, hey, let's go for it. Submit his information to the same agency because another tip, agencies like siblings. They like having siblings and families, that they can pitch to casting directors. That sells as well. So of course they were like, yeah, sure, bring on Aiden too. Here's his contract. So Aiden started about 2 years ago and he absolutely loves it. He's done a lot of extra work so far. And TJ's mostly done ads. So let me back up. Number one, if you have children and you want to get your children into the industry, they need to have a big, bright personality. Number two, I'm alarmed by the number of people that I talk to who still think that they have to pay one of these schools, or I guess they call them modeling schools, pay to get their child exposure. Let me explain something to you. An agency that wants you, they look at you and they'll be able to tell very quickly if you're sellable, if you're marketable. And if you are, they're going to offer you a contract. They're going to sell you, pitch you. You're going to go out on auditions and go-sees and hopefully book the job. When you book the job, your agent they get 20% of what you make. So that's where they make their money. There is no upfront cost. Any school, I'm gonna say this again, any school or these companies out here marketing themselves as modeling schools, that's a scam, straight up and down. I don't even know how to put it. I don't even know in 2020 how they still exist, other than people out here just getting sold lies. If you got it, you got it. And an agent is going to want you because they're looking at you and they see dollar signs. That's it. Simply put, the only thing that you're going to have to invest in is your photos. You need professional industry photos. Okay. Once you're offered a contract, that is where you're going to have to spend money. And it's very minimal. I just spent $600 on new industry shots for both of my boys. That was for 2 boys. I got tons of different shots. I got headshots. I got full bodies. I got probably 3 different looks from each of them. $600 total. And that was the first time I had to get new industry shots in 2 years. So $600 over the last 2 years is what I've had to invest. And, you know, if they book jobs, they make that back fairly quickly. Okay. So
I cannot stress that enough, you guys. Don't ever pay somebody to go on an audition. If somebody tells you, oh, you have to pay to sign up and we'll send you on auditions, we'll find you work, that is bull crap. A real reputable agency is never,
ever going to charge you anything. Okay, so that brings me to my next point. My boys are both with Models Inc. We live in Sacramento and we're in the Northern California region. Okay, in the Northern California region, the biggest industry for modeling and acting is in the San Francisco Bay Area. Okay, so that's where our agent is located. That's where all the jobs that the boys do are located. All the auditions they have to go on. So it's about a 2-hour drive for us, which I'm used to. I can do it with my eyes closed. I'm originally from the Bay Area, so it's no problem. So that's the other thing. If you want to get your children into this industry, or you yourself want to be in this industry, you have to be extremely flexible. You have to be willing to either you're going to live there in the Bay Area or be able to drive back and forth without a problem, and usually within a day's notice. Okay, so your schedule needs to be extremely flexible. So that's why this worked really well for me when I first started my youngest son, because I was a full-time stay-at-home mom for a little over a year. Right now I work full-time. I run a business, but I do it all from my home, so I'm still able to juggle my schedule when the boys have auditions or jobs. Most people ask me how I do it all. I don't know. I just do. It works. I don't know. But you need to be flexible. Your schedule has to be flexible. You need to be open. And that's that. So leading me to my next point, we are with Models Inc., but there are several other very well-known, reputable agencies in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I'm going to leave the link to all of them that I'm aware of in the description box below. Let me explain something to you. When you go to any one of these agencies' websites, they're going to give you explicit directions on what you need to do in order to submit to them. Follow the directions, people. I cannot tell you how far following directions will get you. Follow the directions. They're going to ask you for a couple shots. They're going to ask you for measurements. They're going to tell you how to take the measurements. Follow the directions. Guess what? If they're interested, they're going to get back to you right away. You're going to hear from them within a day or so. And once you hear from them, they might want to see you in person. They might not. And they're going to extend you a contract if they want to bring you on board. And it's just that simple. Okay? It's just that simple. Now, getting on is simple. Booking jobs, not so much. You know, my boys average maybe like a job or 2 a year, you know. And can I be perfectly transparent to all my people, my black and brown people? The opportunities for us are even less. And I'm just going to be perfectly honest about that. Is that okay? No. Do I want to see it change? Yes. That's just the bottom line. So my white counterparts, sometimes when I go to jobs, I see them have more auditions, more spots and shoots, the whole gamut. It just is what it is. So, be prepared for that. Yeah. The younger they are, like when my son started out as a baby, there's not much of an audition process. They usually book them straight on the pictures. That's why you want to make sure that you have good industry shots. Your agent will refer you to a photographer that they recommend. Always go with the agent's recommendations for a photographer. Why? Yeah, you could probably save a couple bucks using your cousin or your auntie or whoever says that they know how to take pictures. However, you want a photographer who is proficient in industry shots. There's a difference between somebody just taking a good picture of you, a good headshot of you, and somebody taking an industry standard photo. There is a very specific difference, you guys. There is. And I'm going to give you some examples. I'm going to post some of my boys' new industry shots that they just took. By the incomparable Marcy Malloy. She is one of the best industry photographers in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm also going to link her website in the description box below, because if you're looking for a great industry photographer, check her out. She is amazing. I'm going to show you some of my boys' shots from this past weekend that she did. They're awesome. And I'm also going to show you some footage that I took, little vlogs, while we were in San Francisco doing our industry shoot this weekend. It's always so much fun. We shot for about 2.5 hours in various little areas around San Francisco, and she got some great shots. So I'm going to share that with you guys. And what else? I'm going to say this. Again, we are in the San Francisco Bay Area, which is Northern California region, okay? Northern California region is a non-union region. So most of the jobs that you're gonna get in the San Francisco Bay Area are non-union. That means they're not SAG. They're outside of the union, okay? Nothing wrong with that. My son, Aiden, he was an extra on a movie, not last year, I think that was the year before that. And it was a SAG production. So he became SAG eligible. However, here's the downside of that. Being in the San Francisco Bay Area is most all of the jobs are non-union. So say for instance, he's qualified now because he was on a SAG production. We can now pursue the application process to put him in the union. But if we did that, all the jobs that are available here in the San Francisco Bay Area, he may not have a shot at, because non-union jobs will not hire a union represented worker. So I say that to say the next step, if you really want to go full speed ahead, is to hit the Southern California market. The Southern California market, LA, Hollywood, that's where it's at. That's where all the jobs are at. And I have some really good references to some really good agencies in the LA area. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'm going to link them also in the description box below. And same thing, submit to them. They're going to, on their website, have specific instructions. Follow the instructions to the T to submit yourself to that agency. And just know, if you submit to any agency in the LA, Southern California region, more than likely you're going to have to be willing at some point to just move out there, or be planted out there, have somebody to stay with out there, get an apartment out there, something, because the auditions and the jobs are going to be much more plentiful. They're going to come much faster, and you just have to be fully committed to be planted in that region. Some of the agencies won't even accept you if you do not live in the Southern California area for that reason. So be ready for that. And that's one reason why I have not ventured into the Southern California region. I'm quite happy and comfortable with the boys being here in the Northern California region, because I'm not ready to manage a full-time entertainment career for 2 kids. And, it's just kind of something that they do as a hobby. And for me, I love that I'm giving them that exposure. If they ever do want to branch into the LA market, I'm open to that. I'm all for that. I just know that it's going to be a lot more demanding, and I'll cross that bridge when I get there. So, what else do I want to touch on? I don't want to talk about money too much, but it can be extremely lucrative. Extremely lucrative. And for me, like I said, I'm not the model or the actor. My sons are in this case. So I'm more so managing them. I'm managing their accounts, their pictures, everything they need to do. Obviously, they're minors. I manage their money. There are some productions that require the money to go into a trust account for the minor, and that means that a certain percent goes into the trust account and it cannot be touched until the minor turns 18. And of course, that law was put into place when we saw a lot of the child actors being basically robbed by their parents. Unfortunate. So yeah, so those things are put into place. It's a very lucrative business. It's very fun. The kids always have a lot of fun. They always enjoy themselves. It's very time consuming. A lot of the shoots and extra work that we've done, you're on set for, 8-hour days. They don't keep the kids that long, because there's labor laws, so it's not usually a too long day for the kids. A work permit is required. Work permit is free. You can download not download, but apply for your work permit through the Department of Industrial Relations. Shout out to the Department of Industrial Relations because that's my employer. Shout out to them. And yeah, but again, any agency that you choose to represent you, they're going to give you all these directions. I can't emphasize that enough. Follow the directions. Any agent is going to give you explicit step-by-step directions on what you need to do to be successful. Follow them. That's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link, like I said, in the description box below, I'm going to link you to all the agencies that I know that are awesome and amazing in Northern California and Southern California. And if you're interested, go to their website, follow the submission process. If you are blessed enough to get a contract, follow their directions, whatever they tell you to do, A to Z. And yeah, that's it. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified so you know when I upload another video, and enjoy some of my footage from our weekend shoot. And I'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy this weekend. Have an amazing weekend. Enjoy Super Bowl. I know I am. Go 49ers. I'm rooting for you. Peace out.